Like, why are you going to be asking me all these kind of things? Why are you going to be asking me, would you prefer to be super rich and not have love? Who said I had to choose? I don't understand. Why can't I have both? Hello, welcome to my channel. You would see some of the most controversial, weirdest, and also very pleasant conversations. Alrighty, you're back here again, and I'm so excited that you're back here. How you doing? I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you're good. I know it is really cliche when you ask, how are you? And the other person says, oh, I'm fine. And that's it. And we know that that's just a response thing. Like, are people really fine? Like, sometimes have you ever thought of getting a little bit specific? Like, what's happening at work? Like, how's your baby? Is everybody in your family healthy? How are your finances? I don't know. Am I going too deep? But it just occurred to me that sometimes we might have to try to be a little bit more specific to really know what's going on with the other person and not just, how are you, fine thingy. Alright, so it's another episode on the Sister Say What podcast, and it's still me, Emanuela. How you doing? Oh, I've asked how you doing, so you're welcome. So in this era, when there is no longer the gender that should be without money and the gender that should be with money, now everybody's going after money. Everybody's chasing the paper, and that's good. That's great. Like, if you can, you do it. Like, you were not born with the capability of making less money than another gender and all of that. So it's great. It's all great. But then debates keep coming up here and there. How rich would you like to be? Would you like to be so super rich and then don't marry? Would you like to marry and not have money? Would you like your husband to be richer? Would you like yourself to be richer than your husband and all that? And sometimes all these questions are really weird. Like, why are you going to be asking me all these kind of things? Why are you going to be asking me, would you prefer to be super rich and not have love? Who said I had to choose? I don't understand. Why can't I have both? And then you ask, would you prefer to be the less richer partner? I don't understand. Why will you want to ask me that? Like, why would I have to see where there's plenty money and then I just go and take half and say it's because I was asked to choose if I want to be the richer or the less rich partner? What's all that? Okay, so I want to talk about this thing, this would you like to be stuff. It's actually because I was on Instagram the other day and this kind of thing came up. You know how it is on the gossip blogs and all that, and they're like, richer, poorer, which way? And they're like, when women are richer than their husbands, blah blah blah, yeah, you know how it goes and all that. So I'm bringing it here, Sister Say What podcast, and I'm asking you, would you like to be richer than your husband? Would you like to be richer than your husband? It's weird. It's a weird question. I don't get it, because I don't think that those who are richer actually wanted to be richer, or that, I mean, are these things really under control? Like, do you actually have to be less rich on purpose? I know that there are people that choose to be less rich on purpose because their husband has insecurity problems. That's their problem. That's not my problem. Like, why would you? That's not my problem. And that's not the field. That's not the area I'm going to. I don't want to talk about that psychology, because now what I'm talking about is your preferences. Normal. Would you like to be richer than your husband, or would you want your husband to be richer than you? So for me, you know I have to go, right? So for me, Emanuela, you're asking me if I want to be richer than my husband. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Now, here is the thing. I don't think that women actually wake up dreaming to be richer than their husbands. I think women dream to be rich. And I think it is men who bring up all these comparisons, because for some reason they are not used to rich women. And so they start going, if she's so rich, she might become richer than me, and she might stop respecting me, and she might not want to use her hands and pound pepper. She might not want to use her, she might prefer to fix long fingernails than using her hand to wash. I mean, there are washing machines. And I mean, there are grinders and blenders. And I mean, that's what money is for. So why again? So, I think it's men that usually do all these comparisons. I've never seen or imagined where women are seated, gathered together, and what they're discussing is, oh, that man, oh, that husband of mine, I am definitely going to be richer than him. I am definitely going to put him in his place and make him know that I am the one that has more money. Women don't do all those things. Oh, but men do. Maybe not exactly the way I've described it. But I think men flex on their money, and when they are all gathered together, they might be talking stuff like how maybe things like if I give her money for the month, what else does she need? If I give her, those kind of innuendos, I don't even do I have to act it like a man, because I don't really know how to act that one, because they are the ones that really, really flex on the money and all of that, on their money, and they see it as a form of security or a form of power over their wives, which is crazy. But last week was the Father's Day episode, where we asked, how do you say Happy Father's Day? And here is a featured comment from our guy, Gideon. In his opinion, whether there are absentee fathers or not, fathers are fathers, mothers are mothers. If there is a reason why you feel a person shouldn't be your father or mother, it is a different thing entirely. The word father or mother first stems from biology before any sociological interpretation. A father is a male parent, a mother is a female parent, so why would a woman call herself a father when being a mother is sufficient in itself? Funnily enough, during Mother's Day, we don't get to see men who are single parents claiming motherhood, even when we know there are also deadbeat mothers. I don't see why anyone would want to bear the title of another gender when yours still embodies every virtue. It's like when ladies call themselves kings. Please, make it make sense, but that's a talk for another day. If you missed this episode, click and watch and drop your opinions. Shout out to you, Gideon, for dropping yours. Thanks a lot. So, do I want to be richer than my husband? I don't get to choose. No, I don't get to choose. What I want, and I think it's what every woman wants, is to be taken care of whether you're rich or not, no matter how rich you are. I mean, like the fact that I have $1 billion, oh my God, that's money, doesn't mean that you would make me do all the things a man should do. Like, I would still appreciate you taking care of me. I would still appreciate the small credit alert. I don't know how men feel when they receive credit alert, but I know how women feel, and I know we feel great. Like, men, are you missing out on this? Yeah, you're probably missing out on it. No, but for real, like, it doesn't really matter how much is in my account at the moment. When you send me something, no matter how small, that's a flex. I like it. And women like it. And most times, or sometimes, it's not really about the value of the money. It's about you're thinking of me and you just give me something free, like money I didn't work for. Women like money that they didn't work for. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that anyway. Yeah, in case you wanted to ask. So, I don't think that there should be this debate about if you want to be richer than your husband or if you want your husband to be richer than you. What you should be saying, or what you should be expecting, which is normal, which is what we all want, is that your husband is capable of taking care of you. Your husband is capable of giving you some extra lavish stuff, and those things, they stimulate dopamine. They make you feel good. They make you feel all of that estrogen in your body. No, you get the picture. Like, so it shouldn't really be about how rich this woman is. And that's one thing that really saps rich people. Like, because you're rich, nobody wants to give you anything. People think you have it all. I remember one time, Linda EKG made a post like, hey, that people are like, what do you give to a woman that has it all? Please, give me something. Just give me a gift. It doesn't matter. And that's true. I mean, she's a billionaire. Hello. And it gets so energy sapping when people are like, oh, she has everything. What can I possibly give her? And then you just say happy birthday. And you're thinking as a man, oh, she has everything. There's really no need of me buying her something. Please, there is need. There is need, because your money doesn't give you all of that, bond. Like, you're not bonding with your money. Money is there to be used. Money is not there to replace human connection. And giving those gifts is what makes for human connection and bonding. You get? So, it's not really about how much you have or everything you can afford. It's about the thoughtfulness that someone cares about you enough to give you this thing. It's about that feeling, that connection, So when you're asking, say you want to be rich, you're a woman, you want to be richer than your husband. Why do you have to compare my money with my husband's money? Are we not one? Are we not supposed to be one? And how is it exactly your business? You're an outsider, for God's sake. How is it your business who's richer between me and my husband? This is why people don't make money. You're out there, instead of you to spend your time making money, you're spending your time trying to look into my own life and trying to know who's richer between me and my husband. There's some information that's not for outside. Okay, there are some times that you get public, and then people can actually go on Google and find out your net worth, and then they go like, wow, this woman is actually worth more than her husband. I think that's a different scenario. You could get it off Google, and that's cool. But don't bring it personal. Because I'm sure that my husband is not poor. And I'm not poor too. So there is really no reason for you to compare who's richer and who isn't richer. And that is to say that you shouldn't dream any less. No. Actually, you don't really know your destiny. You don't know if you are destined to be richer than your husband. You don't know if what you're about to start. I mean, we all incubate these ideas and then we want to execute them. And then before you know it, the company kicks off and money starts coming in and you're making so much profit. You didn't bargain to be richer than your husband, in quotes, because it's not important. What's important is that what you're doing is bringing money. And if at the end of the day, what you're doing is bringing more money than what your husband is doing, what's the problem with that? Does that stop him from being your husband? Does that stop him from doing the things he should do for you? No. It just adds a lot more flavor because there's now a lot more money to even do a lot of things for him. To go on vacations, to buy him an island, to buy him a jet. Because he's also going to be doing stuff for you. I don't get it. Like, I don't get all of these unnecessary comparisons. Men have been richer than women for so long, right? They've still been cheating. So, but then all of a sudden, a woman who's richer than her husband cheats. And then it becomes the worst thing after Bitcoin dip. Come on. Just imagine it. All of that energy over a woman who cheated because she's rich. If you were to aggregate all of that energy of men who cheat with all of their riches, energy combusts. Combustion energy just go boom. Do you know how much fire would have been generated out of men who cheat, who are richer than their wives? So is it just about that money? Is it about that fear that my wife she's richer than me, then she can start cheating? Wow. Say what? So I really think that's all it's about too. Like flexing power. Or you want to be richer than your husband, you're going to be flexing power with your husband and all that. And it's unnecessary. Like, it's totally unnecessary. Do you understand? Leave couples to do them. And then if you are the ones in this marriage and you can see that your business is growing, boom, like it's just booming everywhere, it's even booming more than you planned for, and you need to employ more hands and more capacity and everything to get it, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, oh my god, now I'm going to be richer than my husband, I need to slow down. Do you know what it feels like to stop a moving train? That's what you're doing. And the moment you start pedaling down, trying to stop it a little bit, you say, no, you just want to reduce more so that you wouldn't be too rich and then overshadow your husband. It doesn't work like that. As you're stopping yours, you're slowing down or whatever, you're killing your business. Because all of those, your business has already grown to this capacity, and then you want to start cutting down. You're going to start getting bad reviews. You're going to be, it's going to be impossible for you to handle orders, to deliver properly. So customers are going to be complaining. The services you render will suffer. So generally, it's going to paint your business bad. The reputation will fall. And once all these negative things come in, the business will dip. It's going to dip lower than Bitcoin. And so when it dips like that, you're no longer going to be at that level you thought you would be. You would say, I just wanted to reduce a little bit. No, you can't reduce a little bit. You cannot. It doesn't grow arithmetically. It grows geometrically. And when you want to reduce it that little that you think you're reducing it, it just goes all the way down. And then before you know, you're left with nothing just because you were trying to compare you and your husband who's richer. That's ridiculous. So, what do you think? Do you think that you should be comparing when you're getting richer than your husband and try to slow down? I mean, do you think it's women that do these comparisons or men? Because I think it's men. Do you agree? And what do you think about this entire situation? And what would you do if it were to you, if it were to relate to you and all that? What would you do? Would you actually waste time trying to compare whose money is bigger and then trying to reduce? I mean, that's ridiculous, like I always say. So alright, that's what I got for you today, and I hope that you make good choices and don't try to reduce your financial inflow just because some cohorts of people out there think they can give you the roadmap to use and guide your finances. No. So that's it for today. Remember to please like this video. That thumbs up. Please like this video and share it, and then subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. And then see you again on the next episode. Bye. To join in on my podcast conversations, drop your opinions in the comments. They may agree with mine, they may contradict, but your comments may be featured in a next episode. Catch my podcast on the go by listening in on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform. Simply search for Sister Say What on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe and leave me a great review on iTunes. Talk to you again. Bye.